why we celebrate the Guru Purnima, whether they be our parents, people who have mentored us, coached us. It was the day when Lord Shiva became Lord Dakshinamurti. And the word Dakshina, it requires dakshata, it requires effort on our part to go from instinctual. So this is where we need that Guru principle. If we are willing to strive, then the Guru can help us go from the instinctual to the intentional. And this beautiful Doha I want to read to you. Guru Govind dono khade काके लागू पाए बलिहारी Guru आपके Govind दियो बताए. So we will invite, invoke, and welcome the cosmic divine guiding principle. So close your eyes, and if you know the mantras at your end, you can chant or just let the vibration wash over you. Om. Om Ganapataye Namaha. We are inviting, invoking, and welcoming the threshold energy, the material in us seeking to connect with the spiritual. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vedvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May the Supreme Consciousness protect us all, nourish us all, vitalize us all, enlighten us all. May we have no misunderstanding in this session today, and may we bring forth our best energies to this session. Om Matrubhyo Namaha. Let salutations to the Mother Principle, our own personal mother that brought us into this material world and helped us to survive, and the Mother Principle, the Cosmic Mother Principle. Om Pitrubhyo Namaha. Salutations to our personal father and the Father Principle that teaches us to navigate the material world, that helps us to thrive. Om Satguruve Namaha. Salutations to the cosmic guiding principle that teaches us to transcend the limitations of this material world. At this point, you can invite, invoke, welcome any personal God, any personal guru, angels that you consider as guru, and mentally offer your salutations and gratitude to them. Now I will chant the 3 Saraswati mantras, which symbolize the goddess of speech, wisdom, and art. In all traditions, across all cultures, sound, vibration, speech, intelligence, and creativity is considered the building blocks of the world. So we are going to invite, invoke, and welcome this principle of the cosmic intelligence. Om Saraswate Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Kareshyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. Salutations to the Devi, to the goddess who's the giver of boons. O goddess, when I begin my study, my spiritual practices, please bestow upon me the capacity of right understanding. Now I'll chant the mantra to articulate and communicate that knowledge that we receive from the divine and from our gurus. Om Aim Vada Vada Vag Vagini Swaha. Now I'll chant the mantra to transcend the limitations of this material world. Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasangate Soha. Gone, gone, gone beyond the material world to my true spiritual self. Take a deep breath in and release. Open your eyes. So I will take a quick moment to just quickly remind you, most of you may be very well aware of these things, why we celebrate the Guru Purnima at an obvious level to honor and express gratitude to all our teachers, whether they be our parents, our teachers in school, college, people who have mentored us, coached us, or spiritual teachers, and those who have helped to empower us and to lead us towards enlightenment. In the Sanatana tradition, this day, the Guru Purnima, is celebrated because it was the day when Lord Shiva became Lord Dakshinamurti. That principle that is unmanifest became Lord Dakshinamurti and taught the 7 Sapta Rishis, the ones who then disseminated this information in the world. It is also the day that Lord Vedavyasa was born, who wrote the Mahabharata and many Puranas and Upanishads. And then also Lord Mahavir got his first disciple. So one would wonder why these things happen on a certain day. And it's not just a coincidence that because there is a correspondence between the cosmic, the macrocosm, and the microcosm. So whatever happens in the cosmic world gets reflected in our microcosm within us, in our body, mind, and intellect. So we have to understand why Guru Purnima, because it's a very fixed time. It's the first or second. This year it's the second, but usually it's the first Purnima, full moon, after the summer solstice. Now the summer solstice marks the end of the northerly movement of the sun, where everything, the days are longer. But after summer solstice, Dakshinayan starts. The first 6 months of the year is Uttarayan, when the sun is high and moving northerly, so everything is easy. And then after summer solstice starts Dakshinayan, which is the southerly movement of the sun. And the word dakshina, it requires dakshata. It requires effort on our part to go from instinctual, because all of nature, the last 6 months of the year, all of nature, there is a pull towards hibernation and inertia. And if we identify with our animal instinct, because we are part animal, part human, then we slow down, we react from our instinct, and we go into a survival mode, hibernation mode. But the humans alone have this capacity to go against this tendency, this inertia, this hibernation, but it requires effort. It doesn't happen on its own. So this is where we need that guru principle, that guiding principle, that mentor, that coach, that will help us move out of our instinctual reactions to our intentional responses. So then, if we are willing to strive, because effort is required, then the guru can help us go from the instinctual to the intentional, and will help us evolve beyond the limitations we place on ourselves, limitations that are placed on us because of our genetics, and limitations that are placed on us because of nature. Nature becomes more harsh during the last 6 months of the year. So this is the time where we tap into, we are made up of 3 capacities. One is the animal capacity, where we are instinctual, we have no choice. Then we have the manusha, which is the mind. Manusha is human being, where our mind can be trained to transcend or go against the instinct. And then there is the deva, which is the supernatural. The first capacity, the gods and the animals are same in that they don't have a choice. They have no scope for growth. Animals cannot go against their instinct, neither can the gods, the devas as we know them. They cannot go. The god, the sun god, the moon god, the planets, the wind, air, ocean, they cannot go against what they're supposed to do. Only humans can have that capacity for growth. And that is why, whenever we talk about humans, we say, oh, we are only human, our limitations, human limitations. But that is giving into instinct. It is also an immense possibility, like Sadhguru talks about it, immense possibility. We alone, humans alone, have the capacity to go against the training and the instinct and the coding. So, instead of thinking of this period when whole of nature has no choice but to go towards hibernation and inertia, we have the choice, but we have to strive to go buck the trend, go against the stream. So that is why this time is chosen as Guru Purnima, the first Purnima, full moon after Dakshina and summer solstice. So importance of a guru. I mean, we all know or are very familiar. We break down the word gu and ru. Gu is darkness and ru is someone who takes us from the darkness towards the light. So the guiding principle in that respect, anybody. And the first guru we have is our mother, because she helps us to brings us into this world and helps us to survive. Then comes the father who helps us to thrive. And then we have plenty of gurus, teachers who help us to understand the material knowledge and all the things that we need to learn to navigate life. And then comes the spiritual guru that helps us transcend that possibility, the immensity of the human possibility to go out of our limitations. But the three gurus that you can never repay back the debts is the mother, the father, and the spiritual gurus. Because without the mother, you won't be in this world. You won't survive the first few days and weeks and months and years without the father. And it's mother and father are not gender, woman and man. Anybody who nourishes you is a mother. Anybody who teaches you to stand on your feet and navigate the world and strive, have big goals and strive for those goals, strive for excellence, is a father. It doesn't matter if it appears as a woman or appears as a man. And a spiritual guru telling you that you are not limited by your own mind, you're not limited by your genes, you're not limited by nature. That is a spiritual guru that helps you transcend the limitations of the material world. So these three gurus, that is why we choose today to honor, express our gratitude. And why is gratitude so important? Because whatever we feel, we attract. So when we feel gratitude for all the things we have got, we set the stage to attract more of those things that has helped us grow and evolve. So another, this is a famous quote that you might have heard before when I think Kabir Das was asked that who should I pray, if the God and Guru are standing in front of me, who should I salute first? And this beautiful Doha I want to read to you. Guru Govind dono khade, kaake lagu paye, balihari Guru aapke, Govind dio bataye. Even if Guru and God are standing in front of you, Saint Kabir states that you should first salute your Guru, because without him, you wouldn't even recognize God. So we take it for granted that we know about God, but who made us aware of that God principle, of that divine principle? So that is how important the Guru is. Guru is also a bridge between our individual soul, spirit, and the cosmic universal consciousness. So Guru need not be a person. And today's talk will be, after this, I will focus on the 24 Gurus of Lord Dattatreya. And that is why we don't always have to find our guidance from human persons. Guru also has another meaning, root word, which you may or may not be very familiar with. Gu stands for guna tita. We have three qualities: sattva, rajas, tamas. We won't go into details about that, but this principle is not bound by any qualities. You can find it in any form, in any way. And Ru is rupa vivarjita. So it doesn't have any form, it doesn't have any qualities. It can be a thought, it can be an animal, it can be anything in nature. So we always think of a guru as a person, but guru in this sense means gunatita rupa vivarjita. No, not bound by any qualities and beyond all forms. And then a very famous Sanskrit mantra is Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Now, most of us think that these, the Guru it's out there, but these stand for archetypes and principles. Brahma is the creative principle. Vishnu is the principle that sustains, and Shiva is the principle that dissolves, dissolution of things that we do not need anymore. That's, it's not in our highest interest. So all these three principles are inside us. That is called the inner guru, the ability to, and this Brahma principle, the creative principle, is called by three other names. There are many names. There's the same concept is described in different ways. It's called the Ichha Shakti. So Ichha Shakti is everything we create is or want to learn comes from our desire. So Ichha Shakti is the feminine version of Brahma, the desire to create. Everything starts with a desire. Then Vishnu is accompanied by Lakshmi, which is called the Kriya Shakti. We have everything it takes to create what we want. And then the Shiva's thing is Parvati, is Jnana Shakti. So the desire to create, we must start the desire to create, the desire to do what it needs to be done. And how do we know what needs to be done? We must upgrade our knowledge. So all these three powers are also the Guru principle. So when you look at it from, we say Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, or you say Kali, Lakshmi, and Saraswati, they're different names, different archetypes, but this is the principle. Then comes the, even in Buddhism, we talk about the Guru, that is the Buddha. Then there is the Dharma, and there is the Sangha. So Guru you need because it's a bridge between the knowledge and the universal consciousness. Then we need the rules, the scriptures. That also is a Guru, not just the personal Guru. The knowledge itself is a Guru. And a Sangha, to have by ourselves, we can only learn so much. So to be part of a Sangha, a supportive group that helps you practice what you have learned, is also Gurus. Your contemporaries, your colleagues, your family, your friend are also Gurus. So this is the time for us for self-assessment, reflection, introspection, and to upgrade our spiritual journey and to renew our spiritual practices. Like every year we have Mother's Day, Father's Day, what do you call, all kinds of Son's Day, Daughter's Day, this and that. This is to remind ourselves, to renew our dedication to spiritual knowledge and upgrade our spiritual practices. Because wherever there is reverence and devotion, the transmission of knowledge happens automatically. So that's the little talk that I wanted to share with you. Many of this may have been already common to you, but today I want to discuss, again, you may be aware, may not be, but we will renew it. And if you know it, it is a refresher. If you don't know it, it'll be a great topic to understand. Because in the Vedic philosophy, Guru Dattatreya symbolizes the three principles: Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. The creative principle, the sustenance principle, and the dissolution principle all come together in this form called Lord Dattatreya. So I'm going to read to you something that I found, because if I use my own language, it will take very long and it will not be as effective. So I want to read out something I found in my research and share that with you. So this is our salutation, our gratitude to Lord Dattatreya, who who gives us the idea that how to access this Guru principle. It's not just through the human form. So once upon a time, in the serene heartlands of ancient India, King Yadu came across a sage radiating with a light so bright that it seemed almost otherworldly. The very sight of this sage, known as Dattatreya, made the king feel as if he had been touched by divinity. Intrigued, the king Yadu approached the sage and said, "Your aura speaks of deep wisdom and inner peace. Please tell me, from where did you gain such enlightenment? Who is the noble teacher who granted you such divinity?" Dattatreya smiled gently and began, "Dear king, true wisdom doesn't always come from noble teachers in majestic palaces. It can be found in the quiet whispers of nature and the simple events of daily life. It's our inner voice, our self-awareness, that becomes our best guide. When we listen to it and reflect upon the world around us, this voice grows stronger, guiding us towards enlightenment. He paused, looking deep into the king's eyes, and added, "However, remember, king, even the best teacher in the world cannot help someone who does not wish to learn. One's own effort and the will to understand are the true paths to wisdom." So it is very clear here, Dakshinayan. Knowledge is only as good as the effort we are willing to put into it. So he declared, "O king, a true teacher is not identified with a specific person, but is the reflective conscience of a human being, which is achieved through reflection and introspection. I have many teachers. I consider anyone from whom I have gained knowledge and reflective conscience as my teacher. However, I have 24 primary teachers." So the king asked, "Have you been studying with your parents?" Dattatreya replied, "There is much to learn from everyone and everything, not only from parents." The king asked, "Then do you have a teacher? Who is it?" Dattatreya said, "I have 24 teachers. Number one." The king asked, 24 gurus at such a great tender age? Who are they? Dattatreya said, "My first guru is Mother Earth. The earth teaches practice of dharma, art of tolerance, and art of performance of duty. One can learn patience and forgiveness from earth. She taught me to hold lovingly in my heart all those who trample me, scratch me, hurt me, just as she does. She taught me to give them my best, remembering that their acts are normal and natural from their standpoint. I learned patience and doing good to others from the earth, for it endures every injury man commits on its surface, and yet it does him good. It provides man by producing crops, etc. Earth also is demarcated into various zones by those who consider Earth as a small piece of their land or property. Nevertheless, Earth remains one entity, undivided, despite innumerable compounds, fences, and boundaries. So Earth teaches us tolerance, patience, service, and how to remain undivided through the pulse and push of society. The king asked, "Who is your second guru?" Dattatreya said, "Water. This force contains life and purity. It cleanses whatever it touches and provides life to whoever it drinks. Water flows unceasingly. If it stops, it becomes stagnant. Keep moving is the lesson I learned from water. There is much to learn from everyone and everything. Just as the pure water cleanses others who is pure and free from selfishness, lust, ego, anger, greed can purify all who come in contact with them. Embrace flexibility and take any shape, because water can exist in solid, liquid, and gas state. Cultivate inner strength. Pursue continuous improvement. River cuts through rock not because of its power, but because of its persistence. Find the lowest level. Meet people where they are, because water always settles down at the lowest level. Find a way around obstacles. So learn flexibility. King said, "And your third guru?" Dattatreya said, "Fire. It burns everything, transforming the contamination of the material world into flame. It can consume anything and yet not get dirty when it comes in contact with other dirty things. By consuming dead logs, it produces warmth and light. Thus, I learned to observe everything that life brings and turn it into the flame that enlightens my life. In that light, others can walk safely. Use whatever is thrown at you to rise higher and through the power of austerity and sacrifice. The more you relinquish, the brighter you burn." So fire teaches us to purify and rise. And your fourth guru, Dattatreya said, "The wind. The wind moves unceasingly, touching flowers and thorns alike, but it never attaches itself to the objects it touches. Like the wind, I learned not to prefer flowers over thorns or friends over foes. Like the wind, my goal is to provide freshness to all without becoming attached. Move freely among all objects and yet remain unaffected. When air blows out of control, the atmosphere becomes agitated. Similarly, if the mind is constantly attracted and repelled by material objects, it will be next to impossible to think about the absolute reality. So the lesson is be in the world, but not of it. And your fifth guru, Dattatreya said, all pervading and all embracing space is my fifth guru. Space has room for the sun, moon, stars, and yet it remains untouched and unconfined. I too must have room for all the diversities of existence and still remain unaffected by what I contain. All visible and invisible objects have their rightful place within me, but they have no power to confine my consciousness. I have learned from the sky that the Atman or the soul is all pervading, and yet it has no contact with any object. Dattatreya said, the moon is my sixth guru. The moon is in itself always complete, but appears to decrease or increase on account of the varying shadows of the earth upon the moon. I have learned from this that the Atman is always perfect and changeless, and that it is only the upadhis or the limiting instruments that cast shadows upon it. The moon waxes and wanes, and yet it never loses its essence, totality, or shape. From watching the moon, I learned that waxing and waning, rising and falling, pleasure and pain, loss and gain are simply phases of life. While passing through these phases, I never lose awareness of my true self. So find the perfection in the imperfection. The lesson is the law of rhythm, authentic changeless self, and superimposed constant versus superimposed constant rhythm. The king asked, and your seventh guru? Dattatreya said, the sun. With its bright rays, the sun draws water from everything, transforms it into clouds, and then distributes it without favor as rain. Rain falls on forests, mountains, valleys, deserts, oceans, and cities. Like the sun, I learned to gather knowledge from all sources, transform that knowledge into practical wisdom, and share it with all without preferring some and excluding others. And just as the sun, reflected in various pots of water, appears as so many different reflections, so also the Brahman, the universal consciousness, appears different because of the bodies caused by the reflection through the mind. And your eighth guru, Dattatreya said, is a flock of pigeons. When one pigeon fell into a hunter's nest and cried in despair, the other pigeons tried to rescue it and got caught in it too. From these pigeons, I learned that even a positive reaction, if it springs from attachment and emotion, can entangle and ensnare. I learned that attachment is the cause of bondage. The pigeon story warns against developing obsessive love or attachment in the transient material world. Feeling for the pain of your loved ones is one thing, but to experience their pain yourself is foolish. Knowingly and unknowingly dragging family members into the same pit of misery is not wise. So the lesson is excessive attachment as a cause of bondage. And your ninth guru, Dattatreya said, is my ninth guru, because a python never chases its prey. Though physically passive, being an ambush hunter, it rarely misses an opportunity to grab the food coming its way. Be ever vigilant to capture all possibilities without excessive activity. A python can swallow a large prey without ripping its stomach. So we must have the ability to take up small and big challenges and convert them to opportunities without falling apart. Lesson in mindfulness, and only take necessary action and transform challenges into opportunities. Dattatreya said, my 10th guru is the ocean, which is the abode of all the waters. It receives and assimilates water from all the rivers in the world. And yet, it never overflows its boundaries. The ocean neither increases due to excessive inflow of rivers nor decreases due to the stoppage of flow of rivers, but it maintains its level. The ocean taught me that no matter what experiences I go through in the life, the thrilling highs and the chilling lows should not excite or depress me excessively. The ocean taught me equanimity. The king said, and your 11th guru? Dattatreya said, the moth is my 11th guru. The moth is drawn by light and flies from its dwelling to sacrifice itself in the flame. The moth gets confused between natural light of the stars, which is meant to guide it, and the fire, which is destructive. Similarly, a foolish man is enticed by the illusory pleasures of the visual senses and thus gets caught in the ceaseless cycle of birth and death, distracted and derailed because of cannot distinguish between the light that leads and the light that kills. So to uh, be aware and grow your sense of sight. The king asked, and the 12th guru? Dattatreya said, my 12th guru is the bumblebee who takes only the tiniest drops of nectar from the flowers. And before accepting even that much, it hums and hovers and dances, creating an atmosphere of joy around the blossom. It also gives more to the flower than it takes. It pollinates the plants and helps them prosper by flying from one to the other. I learned from the bumblebee that I should take only a little from nature and that I should do so cheerfully, enriching the source from which I receive sustenance, the lesson of give and take. The king asked, and your 13th guru? Dattatreya said, my 13th guru is the honey collector who collects more nectar. The bee collects more nectar than it needs. It gathers nectar from different sources by hard labor, transforms it into honey, and brings it to the hive and stores it. The bees collect honey with great trouble, but a honey gatherer comes and takes the honey easily. Even so, people hoard up wealth and other things with great difficulty, but they have to leave them all at once and depart when the Lord of Death takes hold of them. From this, I learned the lesson that it's useless to hoard things. Then the king asked the 14th guru, O wise seeker. Dattatreya said, once I saw a wild elephant being trapped. A mannequin or a statue of a tame female elephant in season was the bait. Sensing her presence, the wild male emerged from its domain and fell into a pit that had been cleverly concealed with branches and heaps of leaves. Once caught, the wild elephant was tamed to be used by others. This powerful elephant taught me to be careful with my infatuation and lust. Worldly charms arouse our sensory impulses. And while chasing after the sense cravings, the mind gets trapped and enslaved, even though it is powerful. So, to watch out for my sexual passion. The king asked, who's your 15th guru? Dattatreya said, the deer, with its keen sense of hearing. It listens intently and is wary of all noises, but it is lured to its doom by the melody of the deer hunter's flute. Like the deer, we keep our ears alert for every bit of news, rumor, and gossip, and anxious about what we hear. We become spellbound by indiscriminate curiosity due to our desires, attachments, cravings, and vasanas. This tendency creates misery for ourselves and others. So to control our sense of our desire for sound gratification. The king asked, and who is your 16th guru? Dattatreya said, the fish. Just as a fish that is covetous of food falls an easy victim to the bait, so also the man who is greedy of food, who allows his sense of taste to overpower him, loses his independence and gets easily diseased. Due to the uncontrolled tongue, the fish is caught on hook. It is through tasteful bait that the fish meets its end. It taught me that among the senses, tongue is the most difficult to control. When the tongue is controlled, the other senses will become easier to control. So bringing control over food. The king said, and your 17th guru? Dattatreya said, a prostitute or a sex worker. She knows that she doesn't love her customers, nor do they love her. She waits for them, and when they come, she enacts the drama of love, but she isn't satisfied with the artificial love she gives and receives, nor with the payment she is given. Through her, I realized that all humans are like prostitutes, and the world, like the customers, is incapable of giving us lasting joy. The payment is always inadequate, and we feel dissatisfied. I learned not to expect this world to give me either material or internal satisfaction. I will find satisfaction in myself by going within. The abandonment of expectation from people leads to contentment and infinite joy. To manage expectation. The king asked, who's your 18th guru? Dattatreya said, my 18th guru is a kurari bird, a seagull. A small bird was flying with a worm in its beak. Larger birds flew after him and began to peck him and attack him. They stopped only when the little bird dropped the worm. In order to get rid of the attack and to attain peace, the bird had to drop the food from its beak. It taught me that the worldly possessions are a source of trouble. One runs after sensual pleasures even more than we need at the moment, and it will soon come into clash with his fellow beings, who too run for the same and have to face much miseries and strife. Happiness and enlightenment belong to one who conquers his craving for worldly things and seeks only spiritual goals. Thus, I learned that the secret of peace lies in renunciation, not in possession, so to be aware of and to engage in healthy competition. Who is your 19th Guru? Dattatreya said, my 19th Guru is the baby that cries when it is hungry and stops when it is suckles at his mother's breast. When the baby is full, it stops feeding, and nothing its mother does can induce it to take more milk. Once full, the baby is at peace and not anxious for the next meal. I learn from this baby to demand only what I really need. And when it is provided, I must take only what I require and be at peace. Also, a toddler needs a very few, but contentment is very high because the toddler lives in the present moment. So, the lessons of innocence and contentment to live in the present moment. The king asked, and your 20th Guru? Dattatreya said, a young woman whom I met when I was begging for alms. She told me to wait while she prepared a meal. Her bracelets jangled as she cooked, so she removed one. But the noise continued, so she took them all off one by one until one remained. Then there was silence. Thus I learned that whenever there is a crowd, there is noise, disagreement, and dissension. Peace can be expected only in solitude. The lessons of solitude and to lessen the worldly noise around us, to lessen the distraction from our goals. King asked, and your 21st Guru? Dattatreya said, a snake who makes no hole for itself but rests in holes that other creatures have abandoned or curls up in the hollow of a tree for a while and then moves on. From this snake, I learned to adjust myself to my environment and enjoy the resources of nature without encumbering myself with a permanent home. Creatures in nature move constantly, continually abandoning their previous dwellings. Therefore, while floating along the current of nature, I find plenty of places to rest. Once I'm rested, I move on. As snakes grow, they also shed their skin because their skin doesn't grow with them. So it becomes too tight and worn out. Shedding skill symbolizes the phenomenon of death. A true seeker is never frightened by death, knowing sooner or later the same body will be destroyed after its time is completed, and he will get a new body based on his needs to continue his evolution. The king asked, and your 22nd Guru? Dattatreya said, my 22nd Guru is the arrow maker, who was so absorbed in shaping his arrowheads that the king and his entire army passed nearby without attracting his attention. So the secret behind the deadly sharpness of the arrow was his complete focus. Thus, I learned to be absorbed in the task at hand, no matter how big or small. The more one pointed my focus, the greater my absorption, and the greater my absorption, the more subtle my awareness. Because the goal of godhood and self-realization is subtle, it can be grasped only by subtle awareness. There is no safety to be found in the complicated actions and dissipation. So the lesson is about focused mind, and pursuit of excellence requires finesse and focus of mind. King said, and your 23rd Guru? Dattatreya said, my 23rd Guru is the little spider who pours out of its mouth long threads and weaves them into cobwebs. It gets itself entangled in the net of its own making. Even so, man makes a net of his own ideas and gets entangled in it. However, the spider builds a beautiful web from his heart and through the mouth plays and enjoys with it, and then after some time swallows that very same web. The resources that a spider uses in creating its web are all within. Spider represents the supreme consciousness. I learned that the supreme consciousness creates the material universe from its own Maya, preserves it, and after a while draws it back into itself. The Supreme Self has no desires and is beyond the reach of cause and effect. So the lessons of self-adequacy. And finally, the king said, "And who is your 24th Guru?" Dattatreya said, "My 24th Guru is the worm who was caught by a songbird and placed in its nest. As the bird began to sing, the worm became so absorbed in the song that it lost all fears and awareness of its peril. Watching this little creature become absorbed in the song in the face of death reminded me that I too must develop that art of listening so that I may become absorbed in the eternal sound, the nada that is always within me. With humility and full devotion, I looked upon the whole of God's creation as my various gurus, trying to gather wisdom from them and realizing my goal of of spiritual enlightenment." So, just to summarize, that 24 gurus that Lord Dattatreya told the king Yadu, we can learn from these examples, but what it tells us is that the guiding principle is all around us. If you look at anything and reflect and introspect and ask yourself, what can I learn from this? The answers will be given, because that Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva is inside. The creative principle, the sustenance principle, the dissolution principle, the Ichha Shakti, the Kriya Shakti, the Jnana Shakti, the desire, the ability to work, and the ability to understand is all within us. So it says here, the earth represents dharma, wind symbolizes freedom of truth, sun and moon and ocean emphasize the unchanging nature of truth, the sky shows the infinite nature of self, the spider reminds us of the transient nature of the material world, the moth, the elephant, the deer, and the fish warn against the overwhelming distraction caused by desires. The pigeon, the honeybee, the kurari bird, and the pingala, the prostitute, warn against worldly attachments. The child evokes the happiness of freedom from material care. The python and the honeybee emphasize the benefits of simple living. Fire and water teaches the power to purify the contamination of the material world. The maiden and the snake teaches us to avoid any distraction caused by unwanted things. The arrowsmith teaches us to remain focused and concentrate towards the goal. The caterpillar teaches us by concentrating on God, one can return to Godhead, the ultimate goal. All these gurus have bestowed their knowledge upon me were not external, but only aspects of my own self. So it is yourself, this Atma, which is not different from the Supreme Consciousness, immortal and pervading all, which is the true form of the Guru. So these are the 24 gurus that Lord Dattatreya, the original symbolic, Godhead that includes all three, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. He learned from this. And in fact, Adi Shankaracharya, he has many ashrams, but his original ashram is in Kaladi in Kerala. And the reason he chose to build his ashram there is because when he was looking for an appropriate place to build an ashram, he saw on the river, banks of the river, a pregnant a frog was laboring to give birth, and a snake was protecting the frog from the extreme heat, because the female frog was going through so much difficulty laboring to deliver. And it struck the Acharya that even in the animal kingdom, if you can go against your instinct. A snake would normally eat a frog, but when it sees a frog in distress, if you can help that frog, if this is the place where I can teach humanity that we can go against our instinct. If animals can go, normally they cannot. Certainly humans can do that. So Adi Shankaracharya built his ashram in Kaladi, and if you ever visit there, you will see this. They have built a little statue there to and tell us the story of this phenomenon. So these are the ways that we can access the guiding principle. I would like you to at least take some time the next few days or weeks to find out and remind yourself the lessons you've learned, because your lessons, your life, your experience will teach you a lot more than any book, any example can ever tell you. Your parents, your siblings, your spouse, your children, your teachers, your friends, your bosses, the people who irritate us the most, who annoy us the most, are the best teachers. So make a list of all these people who have caused you disappointment, angst, anger, and ask yourself, what was I asked to learn? Where is there scope for growth? Instinctually, we get irritated, annoyed, frustrated, but can I go against this instinct and learn something from them? So that is the lessons of this story that I just read. If you have any questions, we can take I can address that, try to address that at the end. Right now, I would like to start. I will like you to accompany me. Let's not open the audio thing because it will echo. But this Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Nama. Let's do it 11 times. And remind us, every time you do that, say the creative principle is inside me. The sustenance principle is inside me. The dissolution principle is inside me. I need to acknowledge it, own it, and use it. And this is what I keep telling everybody. In every Hindu household, we have Lakshmi, Ganesha, and Saraswati, and we just mindlessly do puja. Remind ourselves. Lakshmi reminds us Lakshya. What is our Lakshya? What is my goal? Short-term goal, medium-term goal, long-term goal. Ganesha represents obstacle. Why don't I have what I want? Why have I not accomplished or achieved my goals? And then Saraswati tells us, what do I need to know? How do I need to upgrade my knowledge such that I can find that which I'm looking for or manifest that which I want, my desires? So let's chant 11 times. It's a simple mantra. If you don't know or don't want to, just close your eyes and let the mantra wash over you. I will lead and you can follow in your or at your own end. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. And while we are chanting, you can visualize your own personal God, your angels, your archangels, your gurus, whoever you worship, please bring them to your consciousness now. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. The next chant, visualize your mother. Om Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Now visualize your father. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Now bring to mind your teachers from school, college, any institutions, coaches, mentors, Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Now, if you have a spiritual guru, please visualize and invite that guru into your consciousness right now. Or if you don't have a personal guru, then any form of God or Lord Buddha, Lord Jesus, Prophet Muhammad, anything from your own culture, tradition, bring them to mind right now. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Take a deep breath in and release. Now I want you, open your eyes, please, to stretch yourself a little bit. We will have about 15, 20 minutes. I want to maybe a little longer, 20 minutes. I want you to, I will be singing a bhajan that is giving our gratitude and honoring and saluting the God, the Guru principle, whether it is in the form of a human being or in any other capacity, our family, our friends, our coaches, animals, nature, doesn't matter. Close your eyes, stretch yourself just so you can sit for 15 minutes, 20 minutes without twitching, followed by a short meditation. And then we will take questions if you have any. Close your eyes now. Take a deep breath in and release. Keep it closed. I'll sing the bhajan and then move on to the guided meditation. Bhavasagar tarana karana he Ravi Nandana bandhana khandana he Sharanagata kinkara bhitamane Guru Deva Daya Karo Dina Jane. I salute that Guru principle, who is the only means of crossing this ocean of worldly existence, who is the only means of breaking the bondage of Yamadeva, the god of death, who is the son of the sun god. I have approached you as a servant for your refuge, with a mind filled with the fear of never-ending samsara. O Gurudev, please shower your mercy on me. Please shower your grace on this helpless soul. Hridi Kandara Tamas Bhaskara He Tumi Vishnu Prajapati Shankara He Para Brahma Parat Para Veda Bhane Guru Deva Daya Karo Dina Jane. I salute the Guru principle who dispels the darkness of ignorance by illuminating the cave of the heart with spiritual knowledge. O my Lord, you are Vishnu, Prajapati, Brahma, and Shankara in essence, and the Vedas declare you as the supreme Brahma, greater than everything. O Gurudev, please shower your mercy on me. Please shower your grace on this helpless soul. मनवारण शासन अंकुश है नरत्राण तरे हरि चाक्षुष है गुणगान परायण देवगणे गुरुदेव दया करो दीन जने. I salute the Guru principle, who is the Ankusha, the hook restraining the mind from getting attached to the world, who is the visible Hari protecting man from getting immersed in the ocean of samsara and carrying them across. The Devas are intent upon singing praises of your divine qualities. O Gurudev, please shower your mercy on me. Please shower your grace on this helpless soul. कुलकुण्डलिनी घुमभञ्जक हे हृदि ग्रन्थि विदारण कारक हे मम मानस चञ्चल रात्र दिने गुरुदेव दया करो दीन जने. I salute the Guru principle who awakens the dormant Kundalini Shakti by breaking its long sleep and tearing asunder the knots of the heart that makes Kundalini rise. My mind is restless day and night. O Gurudev, please shower your mercy on me. Please shower your grace on this helpless soul. रिपुसूदन मंगल नायक हे सुख शांति वराभय दायक हे त्रयताप हरे तव नाम गुणे गुरुदेव दया करो दीन जने. I salute the Guru principle who destroys the enemies of lust and greed and acts as the great power bestowing auspiciousness in our lives, who bestows happiness and peace and grants boons and fearlessness during our life's journey. The virtue of your name takes away the threefold miseries from our life at the body level, at the mind level, and the intellect level. O Gurudev, please shower your mercy on me. Please shower your grace on this helpless soul. अभिमान प्रभाव विमार्तक हे गतिहीन जने तुमि रक्षक हे चित शंकित वंचित भक्ति धने गुरुदेव दया करो दीन जने. I salute the Guru principle who crushes the power of the pride within us. O Lord, you protect the one without any refuge by giving them your refuge mercifully. My mind is always alarmed, being bereft of the treasure of steady devotion to your lotus feet. O Gurudev, please shower your mercy on me. Please shower your grace on this helpless soul. तव नाम सदा शुभ साधक हे पतिता धम मानव पावक हे महिमा तव गोचर शुद्ध मने गुरुदेव दया करो दीन जने. I salute the Guru principle, O Lord. Your name always gives rise to auspiciousness and purifies the fallen and the lowly persons. Your glory is only perceptible to the pure mind, bereft of all worldly desires. O Gurudev, please shower your mercy on me. Please shower your grace on this helpless soul. Jaya Sadguru Ishwara Prapaka He भवरोग विकार विनाशक हे मन जेन रहे तव श्री चरणे गुरुदेव दया करो दीन जने. I salute the Guru principle, victory to the Sadguru who leads towards the attainment realization of God by annihilating the diseases of worldly attachments. May my mind always abide on your lotus feet. O Gurudev, please shower your mercy on me. Please shower your grace on this helpless soul. Take a moment to take a breath in and release. And visualize prostrating, saluting in front of your mother, your father, your worldly mentors, coaches, and teachers, and your spiritual guru, and your personal gurus and gods that have brought you this far. Utmost gratitude for where you are. One more deep breath while you center and ground yourself in the present moment. Relax your body and mind and take a few deep breaths in and exhale. Breathe in and expand and breathe out and relax. Let us invite, invoke, and welcome the grace and blessings of the Guru principle to guide us to surrender our body, mind, and intellect, our ignorance and arrogance, and our ego. Let us invoke the blessings of the gods, goddesses, archangels, ascended masters, guardian angels, Sri Adi Shankaracharya, Lord Buddha, Lord Jesus, Prophet Muhammad, saints and sages from all ages to become our guiding light and help us find our way out of fear, guilt, shame, anger, unforgiveness, lies, and ego. Bring your attention to the Muladhara chakra at the base of your spine. This energy center deals with survival and is blocked by fear. What are you most afraid of? Identify your fear. Is it marital strife, loneliness, fear of death, fear of loss, fear of boredom, fear of addiction, fear of childhood trauma, fear of never having a minute to yourself, fear of looking in the mirror and disliking your body, fear of competing with people around you who have made it? What makes your heart pound and break out into a sweat? Visualize a sparkling red light absorb all your fears and create a pool of sweat at the bottom of your feet. Visualize this pool disintegrating as it is surrendered into the protective love of Mother Earth. Invoke the Guru's grace to balance your earth element. Now bring your attention to the Swadhisthana chakra in your reproductive organs. This energy center deals with your joys and pleasures and is blocked by guilt. Become aware of all the guilt you have burdened yourself with. What do you blame yourself for? All the things you should or shouldn't have done in the past. Know that you did the best you could, having based on your level of awareness at that time. Take responsibility for your actions and resolve to do better next time. But do not let it poison your energy right now. Visualizing a sparkling orange light soak up all your guilt and release it into the gentle flow of a river, which will merge with the ocean. Invoke the Guru's grace to balance your water element. Now bring your attention to the Manipura chakra at your navel center. It deals with your willpower and is blocked by shame. What are you ashamed of? What are the biggest disappointments in your life where you feel that you did not measure up? Know that the challenges and difficulties in your life are given to you by the universe as opportunities to grow and expand. Visualize a sparkling yellow light burn and dissolve any unhealthy connection tying you to any person, situation, issue, circumstances, and events where your power was taken away or given away, and transform shame into growth and expansion. Invoke the Guru's grace to balance your fire element. Now bring your attention to the Anahata chakra in your heart. It deals with love and is blocked by grief. Lay all your grief out in front of you like blocks of ice that has frozen your heart. Love is the very energy of creation, and it is inside you, outside you, and all around you. Visualize a warm pink light melting away your grief and suffering into pools of water, and watch it evaporate into the air like sparkles of light. Invoke your Guru's grace to balance your air element. Now bring your attention to the Vishuddhi chakra in your throat center. It deals with your truth and is blocked by lies you tell yourself. Think of all the times you have not communicated your feelings and lived your life according to other people's expectations. Visualize a sparkling blue light, sky blue light, dissolving the fears that hold you back from speaking your truth with compassion. Invoke your Guru's grace to balance your sound element. Now bring your attention to the Agnya chakra in the spot between your eyebrows. It deals with insight and is blocked by the illusion of logic. The greatest illusion of this world is the illusion that you are separate from universal consciousness. The Supreme Consciousness pervades everything and everyone. Think of an area in your life where you feel righteous. You are right and they are wrong. And use your two eyes to see both sides of an issue, and use your third eye to rise above the duality into oneness. Invoke your Guru's grace to balance your light element. Finally, bring your attention to your Sahasrara chakra on top of your head. It deals with cosmic energy and is blocked by earthly and material attachments. Take a moment to think about what attaches you to this world. Know that we have all come alone and will leave alone. Visualize a sparkling violet, pinkish blue light. Help you untie the bonds of excessive attachments. With help of the Guru's grace, set yourself free from your possessions, your obsessive relationships, your body, your mind, your thoughts, completely and totally free. You are the observer, witnessing everything. You are Sat, Chit, Ananda, the pure awareness of blissful existence. I am free. I am free. I am a powerful being of light sent to earth to be a ray of happiness and to bring light to others. I allow this power to fully shine through me in all directions of time and space. By the grace of God and Guru, so be it. This or better. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Dear God, Goddess, Archangels, Guardian Angels, Ascended Masters, Sages, Saints, and my personal Guru, please guide me and my family. May we hear what is auspicious with our ears. May we see what is auspicious with our eyes. O holy ones worthy of worship. May we live a life of satisfaction with strong organs and a healthy body. May we praise the Lord during the lifespan given to us by the God Almighty. May God Indra of great fame bless us. May the omniscient Pusha bless us. May the protector Garuda bless us. May Lord Brihaspati protect us. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah. Sarve Santu Niramaya. Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu. Ma Kaschit Dukha Bhag Bhavet. May all be happy, may all be healthy, may all experience goodwill and the will to be good. May there be no suffering. Asatoma Satkamaya. Lead me from the illusion to the truth. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. Lead me from the darkness to the light. Mrityormam Amritangamaya. Lead me from my identification with my limited mind and body towards my immortal and infinite self. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Hari Om. The cosmic macrocosm is perfect. The human microcosm is perfect. Everything in this world is perfect as it should be. The past is perfect, the present is perfect, and the future will be perfect. So it is by the grace of God and Guru, so it is. May there be peace in the cosmic realm, peace on earth, and peace within. Take a deep breath in. Release. Rub your palms together to generate heat. Cover your eyes. Cup your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and open your eyes. So that's the end of the Guru Purnima session. If you have any questions, I'll be, try my best to answer. Those who have some other engagements, the session is ended. So feel free to leave the session.
Thank you, Nivedita.
I have a question. Sorry,
Yes,
this is
it's
Subhadra.
okay.
I have a question.
Sure.
When you were talking about the various gurus, you mentioned the moon and you said Padhi, I think. Padhi?
Upadhi is instruments. So we
I
are
didn't
full
know.
and complete and perfect, but our view of the world is incomplete because of our limited body, mind, and intellect. So the moon is full, but because our instruments are limited, we think the full moon, half moon, crescent moon, no moon, new moon, all that. But the moon is always full, complete, and perfect. We just see what, because of our limitation, shadows of the earth on the moon creates those things. It's not that the moon really becomes small and grows and anything. It's always complete. Full, complete, and perfect. Any other question?
Anita,
Thank you so much.
Thank you. This was again very nice.
Thank you. Thank you for
So,
coming and
thank you
sharing
so
and
much.
creating this.
And I guess this is the start of a new session, and the way we started it today, I feel really like I would like to say I feel powerful after going through it. Yes.
You know, you said up a very important thing, Guli, because anytime you do any spiritual practices, you will feel powerful, but there are certain times where the cosmic energies, we align with it. So the Purnimas and the Sankrantis, these are not just randomly chosen, time to have fun. When you do any even small spiritual practices like we did, 1 hour? Half of it was just talking. But it is not just talking, it is taking information, always trying to elevate our information. Whatever we know, we can all, there's so much more to know. The more you know, the more you learn how much more there is to know. And some chanting, some meditation, some satsang, that itself will purify and change the energy around you.
So in that context, I know like Purnima, Amavasya, Ekadasi, and I know Sankranti, but what is Sankranti, and like, is that a particular day of the month, or
Yes,
that's what I don't know actually.
It's the movement of the sun, calculation based on the movement of the sun. Every time the sun enters a zodiac sign, which is around the 15th to middle of the month,
Okay.
Sankranti, and it creates it forces us to do some activities to be in alignment with the phase of the sun at that point. When sun is in Aries, it's a very assertive phase. Imagine when you've come out of winter and there is spring, and how we feel so hopeful, so we can do anything. And then it goes to Taurus. We want to gather money, we want to create things, we want to enjoy life. Sun, slowly the sun is, then it goes to Gemini. Once you have money and enjoyed life, you want to learn. Then Cancer, you want to have a home. Then Leo, you want to shine. Then Virgo, you want to serve. Then comes Scorpio, you want to, because Dakshinayan has started, then you want to dive deep into your subconscious. Then comes Sagittarius, desire to know more religious thing. Then comes Capricorn, that focus in your work, what you want to, you've taken so much from society, now you have to give back to society. And then comes Pisces, you're becoming one with the supreme consciousness. That is Sankrantis. Then comes all these what do you call Purnimas, that is festivals based on the movement of the sun, of the moon. Moon signifies our mind. So new moon is a time when we set intentions. Full moon is a time to let go of things that have not served us. So these time, they are carefully chosen in alignment with the seasons, with the movement of not just the primary two, sun and moon, but other planets as well. Right? So that is why when we do celebrate Holi, Diwali, these are the two most popular one. We just throw colors and eat sweets and crackers, not understanding why we do that. And once you understand, then you manipulate. It's like going to a chemistry lab and just tinkering with all the compounds. You don't know what you're creating. But if you knew the qualities of or the properties of each of those compounds or elements, you can create whatever you want. The whole world is made out of all these compounds. So once we understand these rituals, then we know, wow, this rituals, we can create this energy. We can create this, we can manifest this. This is what we are supposed to do. So that is why these are not just, moments for enjoyment. It, of course, is that too, but also teaches us how we can navigate life and how we can constantly upgrade our life.
Yeah, back home on Sankranti days, like my parents used to keep fast and there used to be a havan at home. And we used to eat sattvic food, no onion garlic that day. So I know it's some big day, but what was the reason? Like, who do we worship that day? Or I did not know much details. Yeah, now I understand. Okay.
And also, when you said sattvic food, a lot of the modern people, even our generation people, say, why God is going to be upset if you eat meat? God, there is first of all no person there. God couldn't care less, as if he needs your food or your devotion. We do that because we are made up of 5 bodies, and the first bodies meaning energy fields. The first one is food. So once you bring conscious awareness to what you eat, because what you eat creates your energy. And in Ayurveda, rule number 1 is, if you eat the right foods, you don't need medicine. If you eat the wrong foods, no medicine can cure you. So bringing awareness to foods that create sattvic energy. Sattvic means energy of clarity. Rajasic means energy of action. And tamasic is rest and relaxation. So what you want, depending on that, we will eat the food that will give that energy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you all for
Thank you.
creating this, being present and being part of MPM and encouraging and supporting us. And of course, Ragini has to travel now. So if nobody has any more questions, we'll wish her a safe travels, safe flight, and meet again in the next event.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Nani.
you.
Bye,
Good
Ragini.
night.
Safe
Thank
travel,
you.
Ragini. Good night.
Blessed Guru Purnima to you. May your parents, your gurus, God bless you and yours.